and welcome back to my channel. Today I am just going to share a few freezer recipes. I ended up making these because I am going on vacation and my husband is home with the boys and I was trying to make things easier. So I am making a crock-pot chili, tater tot hot dish, and bagel pizzas. So what I am doing to begin with is I am just cooking up 2 pounds of ground beef, 1 pound for the chili, and then the other pound for the tater tot hot dish. I am just splitting up the ground beef evenly for my tater tot hot dish and my chili. I'm starting off by making my chili. I do not have a recipe for this. This is kind of my own little version of chili. I am putting in the chili seasoning packets, and then I believe I put in 8 ounces of tomato sauce because that's what I had in our pantry, and I'm mixing it up. And then I like to add beans to my chili, so I ended up putting black beans, I believe, and red kidney beans. Really any beans work. I just that's what I had, and it seemed too thick, so I did add a little bit of pasta sauce because that's kind of what I had. And then once I'm done mixing it up and letting it cook just for a little bit, I am putting it into a Ziploc bag and then putting it in the freezer. Now to recook this, you can either cook it frozen or unthaw first, and you just stick it in the crock pot and then you cook it on low until it's unthawed. So I'm guessing about 6 hours. Just a really easy recipe for my husband to do. Moving on to the next recipe, and that is tater tot hot dish. There are so many different ways that you can make this, but the way I made it was with the ground beef. I added garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, and then I actually added pepper and salt while I was cooking the meat, so I didn't add that again since it was already in there. And then what you want to do is add cream of mushroom soup, and then I kind of mixed it up. And I don't know if this is normal or if a lot of people do this, but what I actually did was add green beans to it, and I wasn't very smart when I added them either. I added them frozen by accident, not thinking, so it wasn't mixing right. So I actually just heated the mixture up for just a little bit so that the green beans would unthaw slightly before making them. So this recipe is for a 9x13 pan, but what I did was I just put them into 2 separate 9x9 pans. And another reason why I did this is because it's just for my husband and the 2 boys, and they don't eat a lot. Well, my husband does, but the kids don't. So I made it into 2 9x9 pans, and that's why I added green beans to it, so they were at least getting a vegetable. So you add the mixture, you put the cheese on like I just did, and then you top with tater tots. Pretty simple. I feel like that's pretty simple. And then what you want to do is when you are ready to cook it, you just want to bake it for 35 minutes or until the cheese is bubbly on the top and kind of melted and everything is cooked through. So it's a pretty easy recipe, and I know that my boys really like it and my husband really likes it. I forgot to mention, it's 35 minutes at 350 degrees. So I know I said 35 minutes, but I didn't say at what temperature to put it at. Show you is bagel pizzas. So you were supposed to use mini bagels, but I just decided to use regular bagels. It is really simple. You take a baking sheet, you cut all of the bagels in half, and then put pizza sauce. I actually put homemade pizza sauce on it because that's what I had. Little did I know, I actually had more homemade pizza sauce in our canning room, but I just didn't look. So for most of the pizzas, it is homemade pizza sauce. And for the last few, I ended up just using some pasta sauce because I had it in my fridge. But they're super simple. You cover the bagels with pizza sauce, and then what you want to do is put mozzarella cheese on it, and if you wanted like pepperonis or little sausages or anything else that you wanted as a topping, you just kind of put it on the top. And then once you have all of that done, all you do is you put it in the freezer, let them freeze, and then stick them in a Ziploc bag. Super simple. And then when it's time for you to cook them, all you're doing is putting them on a pan, a cookie sheet, whatever you want to put them on the oven, like when you put them in the oven, and you just want to bake them at 350 degrees for 10 to 15 minutes. So really all you're doing is kind of just heating them up. So this is a really easy recipe, and it's really good for toddlers because I don't know if your toddlers like pizza, but my toddler loves pizza, and it's just so hard to get him to eat anything else. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, and hopefully I'll share more meals like this, or more freezer meals, or just kind of anything like this cooking in general. Subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!